People only see the finished product. Think about LeBron James, okay? When you see LeBron James, first thing you think of is billionaire. You think of four-time NBA champion. You think before this season is over, he'd be the all-time leading scorer. You think of the huge homes he owned. You think of cars he owned. You think of his beautiful wife. You think of all these different things, right? But you never think of the beginning. See, you don't think that, okay, when LeBron was first created, dad wasn't involved. So his childhood was without a father. See, that right there alone, it's like it gets skipped over and glossed over because you just see the finished product. See, so you don't see the hard time. You don't see the beginning. You don't understand the discipline that it took for him to fight to become an NBA player, for him to fight to become the top player in high school. You don't see that. You don't see LeBron James living in the projects. Because all you see is the finished product. So what happened is you have certain people that will actually believe that he's privileged. He come from the projects. You come where you couldn't go to your father for advice. You didn't have that male leadership from your father that was supposed to be there. And he finds a way to get to the NBA. He finds a way to become a great businessman. He finds a way to get the right group of men around him that are ready to build. See, most people, all they see is the finished product. You don't see what made him the finished product. And that's the problem in our society because you have kids that grow up and in their mind they feel like everything should be perfect. Everything should be sweet. I should be able to do what I want to do. Not understanding that when you see that successful man or that successful woman, what did she go through to become who she became? Think about Oprah growing up. What did she go through to become the woman she became? That was poor, dirt poor. But in our generation, what we want to do is cater to the children or cater to the young adults. We don't want them to go through no struggle. And in this generation, these are the softest group of people that we've ever seen. And it's not their fault. It's the previous generation fault. Because you want to make everything sweet, everything nice for these kids. You never want them to go through anything. So when they see somebody famous, all they see is the finished product. You see Beyonce, you see the finished product. They didn't always have money. Rihanna didn't always have money. Nicki Minaj didn't always have money. Cardi B didn't always have money. Michael Jordan didn't always have money. Whoever you want to name, most of the time these people didn't always have it. They went through a struggle. And they had to find a way to get through it. See, we don't never pay attention to what they had to overcome. The adversity. They might have went through poverty. See, we don't think about that poverty that they went through. We don't think about them feeling abandoned. We don't think about that. We don't think about them maybe going their whole life not even knowing who their father is. We don't think about those things. Or a lot of people grow up not knowing who their mother is. A lot of people, their parents died at a young age. There's so many obstacles that you got to go through. But when you see NBA young boy, you see the finished product. And to be honest with you, that product not even finished. There's going to be a whole lot of other things that's going to be shaped into their young man's life. So when we look at people and we see Megan Thee Stallion, she might buy a $10,000 pair of shoes or a purse. And in your mind, you looking thinking, oh man, well, she did that stuff when she had the same salary I had. No, she didn't. You might be making $20,000 a year, $40,000 a year, $50,000 a year. She wasn't doing that when she was making that kind of money. She went through some stuff. You never think about, how did LeBron James elevate? What made him stay in school? What issue that came in his life that put him in a position to grow and elevate? His high school basketball coach was a mentor to him. See, we don't think about those things when we talk about these celebrities, when we talk about these famous people, even taking the famous people away. Think about your mom and your dad. What did they go through? Think about you. Think about me. Most people can see me and they can see the finished product. But you didn't see, in my teenage years, living with my mom, a single mother. My dad was very involved, but there was times I was lonely. There was times I wish I could have called him. And I couldn't. Not because he was an absentee father. He was a good father. But there was times when he was busy. There was a lot of situations I had to overcome on my own. I ain't have a big brother. I ain't have somebody I could go call and run to. So a lot of people see me and they see my mentality. They see how tough I am. They don't understand. Well, dog, he went through a lot to become who he is. A lot of people, they see me, they see, oh man, well shoot, man, he's a good person. You don't see the things I went through to become the good person. I went through a lot to become the man I am today. I went through a lot. I've done my share of dirt. I just didn't get caught. That's all it was. What do people have to overcome? How did they elevate? What was the special point in your life where you sit there, those famous people, and they say, you know what, dog, okay then. I got it. People never do that. We never sit there for 1 second and ask ourselves, you know what did that person go through to get where they are right now? What? How did they elevate? Some people might have a mom. Some people might just have a teacher. They had this one teacher that was there to say, listen, you can accomplish anything you want in your life. Some people had a grandma. They had a grandma that believed in them. How did these people elevate? See, all you look at is the finished product. So all you look at, the finished product. You never look at, okay, what led up to the finished product? What led up to it? Me. A lot of people think Sidney's a responsible man. You know why I'm so responsible? Because when I was young, I had younger brothers. And no matter what happened, it was always my fault when it came to the parents. It's always my fault. You the oldest. You supposed to make sure they're taken care of. See, we never get to a point, let's try to figure out, how did Jay-Z become who he was? We see he a businessman, but he come from the projects. What allowed him to get to that level? He sold some illegal stuff. But while doing that, he learned a business mindset. He learned what businessmen do. Then he got to a point, maybe he met the right individual that said, yo, man, you don't have to do that in order for you to become wealthy. There's other avenues. We never get to a point to figure out these people are just human at the end of the day. They just like you. They just like me. How disciplined are they? When you think of a typical artist, I remember people talking about Lil Wayne. And they used to say, back when Lil Wayne was in his prime, all Lil Wayne did was stay in the studio. Everyday studio. I remember hearing Drake on one of his first 2 albums, he was saying, While everybody out in the club, I'm in the studio making the music that they dancing to. Let that sink in. He could have been partying, but what was he doing? He was doing what it took, being disciplined, so he can get to the next level. So what happens in this world, when you don't understand discipline, what you do is, you see the famous rapper that already made it, okay? You see him wearing the chains. So what you do, you say, you know what? Let me go finance me a chain. But you don't understand that they've been rapping over 10 years, 15 years. Grinding. Got the deal, got a bunch of money, and then they purchased. You don't look at how, man, when Jay-Z finally came out in their first album was in 97, I want to say. His first album. You don't understand how Jay-Z was in the 80s rapping. I remember Jay-Z with the gold grill and the high top fade and gold jewelry on. But when you see him now, right? You don't see him wearing no jewelry. You don't see him with a gold grill. You see, you know why? Because now we see the finished product. We don't see who he used to be. All we see is the results. And then we try to emulate the results, not understanding that he went through a lot to become who he became. Like, as if you're an older person listening to this, you went through a lot to become who you became, but your kids don't understand that. So you got young adults that's trying to play like they adults, not understanding that, yo, man, in order for me to become the man I became, I went through a lot. Your mama went through a lot to become the woman she became. Kids don't get that. They see finished product and in their mind they feel like, oh, okay then. I'm a person that's tough. I can go through setbacks. You know why? Because I've been through setbacks throughout my life. So it won't bother me. I get through it. But if you ain't ever been through a setback, you won't understand what I'm talking about. You won't understand at all what I'm talking about. Why? Because all you're going to see is the finished product. And the finished product is a representation of who I am right now. It's not a representation of who I am right now. Because I done went through so much to become the man I became. The discipline. Right now, I'm in that discipline stage. I'm in the stage where I work a job. I'm in a barbershop all day. I'm not really having a lot of fun. What most people consider fun. Going out and all this and that. I'm not doing that right now. Why? Because I'm being disciplined right now. Because it's some things happening in my life in a positive manner, but it's taking some time. My speaking right now, me speaking right now. This is my 71st video. I don't get a whole bunch of views on my video, but guess what's happening? I'm being disciplined, and there's things that's happening. There's things that's manifesting right now that the naked eye don't see. But when you see me 2 years from now, and you see 10,000 views, nobody gonna go back to say, I remember when he was speaking getting 15 views. Nobody ain't gonna say that. All they gonna say is, oh yeah, now he got $10,000 views every speaking engagement, every video. You're going to forget about them first 7 and them first 100 videos that wasn't doing well. Why? Because that's all you can see. You can't see nothing else. Because that's what most people do. And then what they try to do, they're trying to emulate the finished product. Okay? So you're going to want to emulate the finished product, but you don't understand that, okay, then, well, they didn't start out on top. You see so many people, like I can see speakers. Eric Thomas, I listen to him all the time. Eric Thomas talks about him and what they did. And they spoke over 10 years before they blew up, he said. But I see him right now, right? Me being the person I am and researcher, I understand, okay, if it took him 10, I can at least go 5, at least. Of being patient and disciplined. But what do most people want, man? If I speak for a year, man, I'm supposed to be blew up. It takes time. You can't look at the finished product. You got to look at, okay, man, what led up to the finished product? What value do these people have? What value do LeBron James have? The value LeBron James have is that anybody on the planet would love to watch that man play basketball. Him! Because everybody can go play basketball and there's a bunch of talented people. But to watch him play, that experience is valuable. Most people don't understand what value is. Value is the difficulty it is to replace you or your skill. Prime example, okay? If you're a woman, okay? And you're a very nurturing woman. You're a very loving woman. Or you might be a woman that's a ride or die for your man. That's valuable. Because most women aren't that, okay? If you're a man and you live your life for morals, principles, integrity, character, you're hardworking, that's valuable. Most men aren't that. Right? But most people don't understand is, okay, let's figure out the value that everyone has. Jay-Z's a businessman. That's value. Most people are not the businessman he is. Master P, businessman. That's value. Most people don't have that. You got Drake, Lil Wayne, Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole. They're so disciplined at their craft that they're so extremely valuable because the music they make can make you feel and be inspired to make good things happen in your life. What value do you offer to the society? What value do you offer to your job? What value do you offer to your spouse? What do you offer your spouse that most people won't offer? And if you think as a woman, well, I'm valuable because I'm beautiful. I'm telling you right now, man, I'm pretty sure there's a whole bunch of women look better than you. I'm valuable because I got a shape. I promise you there's a whole bunch of women that got a better shape than you. Trust me. I'm valuable because I cook. There's a whole bunch of women that can cook. I promise you. But if you're mixing all that in a bucket, right? All of those things in a bucket. And you, at the end of the day, saying, hey, I want to do this for my spouse. Now that changes things. As a man, if I'm hard working, I'm disciplined, right? Got integrity, got morals. That's valuable to a woman. That's what a woman looking for. That's what she's looking for. We don't even understand what true value is. So when we see someone like LeBron James, we don't understand the value he brings. He never gets in trouble. He never gets in trouble. He's not cheating the game. This man's in tip-top shape. He's valuable. He helps the community. Got his own school. You got to look at these things as a whole. Who doing what LeBron James doing? Right now, nobody. Nobody. That's value. If everybody doing what you doing, come on now. That's not value. If you're a man and all you do is take a picture with your shirt off, man, you got 100,000 men that'll do that. You're a woman and all you know how to do a twerk video, man. I mean, come on, that ain't valuable. That's not valuable. Every woman doing that. Let me change that what I just said, because that ain't true. There's a lot of women that's doing that. It's not valuable. Come on now. The entire purpose of this video is to get people to understand that most people, they only see the finished product. They don't see what led up to the finished product. They don't see what led up to the finished product. You don't see what led up to LeBron James. Even LeBron James being married all these years, his marriage. You don't see what led up to him and Savannah being married for over 10 years. You don't see that. All you see is they love Facebook video, YouTube video, Instagram video, TikTok video. That's all you see. You don't see the issue they had with their sons. The issue in the future they had with the daughter. You didn't see those things. All you seen is the finished product. If you see me today, you will see me hug my dad. But me and my dad had issues. You'll see me hug my mom. Me and my mom had issues at one point in time. But if you look at us now, all you're going to see is the finished product. You ain't going to see what led up to it. So understand this. Be patient with your life And understand that you're going to go through issues, you're going to go through situations, but those situations are going to help you to become the best version of yourself. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 and a dream. I need everyone to like the video. I need everyone to like the video. Who It Chives on the beat, this is the best producer in Louisiana. If you don't believe me, go to his YouTube page and check him out. My name is Sidney Combs, and I'm a young entrepreneur from Shreveport, Louisiana with $1 and a dream. I need everyone to like the video. I need everyone to share the video. I need everyone to share the video. Subscribe to my channel. The very first person that comments on the video will receive a $10 cash out from me. You gotta leave your cash out information in order for me to send it to you. This is an important message that so many people need to understand, because when you see the finished product, you don't understand what led up to the finished product. Like someone painting a picture. When someone paints a picture, when they first start painting, you can't see the outcome. But once they keep on painting, before you know it, you say, oh man, that painting is beautiful. But you didn't see the beginning. You didn't see the middle. All you saw was the finished product. Somebody building a home. When they first started building it, you couldn't see it looking like it was going to look in the end. So understand that. Understand that with your children. Understand that with your spouse. Understand that with your parents. Understand that with the kids. Understand that with this younger generation. Because when the younger generation mess up, understand that they not a finished product. They not. Thank everyone for listening to me. I'm out.